All right, we're about to dive into the entire story of us. And I'm telling you, it's a story that is so incredibly vast and so strange that it makes our everyday lives seem almost, well, like a fantasy. Think about it. Everything around you right now, the phone in your hand, the fact that your fridge is full, the idea that you don't have to worry about being hunted by a giant cat, it all feels totally normal. But this is a tiny, brand new sliver of the human experience. For over 99.99% of human history, life was something else entirely. It was a constant, brutal, day-to-day struggle just to survive, a world we would find completely unrecognizable. So, to really understand our story, we have to go way, way back. I'm not just talking about before cities or writing. We have to go back to a time when Homo sapiens, that's us, wasn't the only human on the block. Okay, what's really striking here is just the sheer scale of time. I mean, look at those gaps. For millions of years, progress was unbelievably slow. And check out how late we, Homo sapiens, actually show up to the party. We are a very, very recent invention. That's right. When our direct ancestors appeared on the scene, there were at least 6 other human species walking the Earth. Our cousins, you could say, with brains just as big as ours. Imagine living in a world with different kinds of people, almost like something out of science fiction. And yet today, only we remain. For nearly 2 million years, early humans didn't really make a ton of progress. Then came the first true revolution, mastering fire. And this was so much more than just warmth. Cooking food unlocked way more nutrients, which literally fueled the growth of our brains. It pushed back the darkness, kept predators at bay, and even became a powerful new weapon for hunting, a total game changer. So for hundreds of thousands of years, humans have fire, they have some basic tools, and things are chugging along. But then, right around 50,000 years ago, something just clicked. All of a sudden, there's this explosion in innovation, in art, in culture. Why? Well, it's because we had finally developed a secret superpower. And that superpower is flexible cooperation. This is the thing that really sets us apart from every other animal on the planet. It's not just about working together. It's the ability to cooperate with tons of strangers and to change the entire plan on the fly. Just think about the difference for a second. A beehive has thousands of bees working together, right? But their system is totally rigid. They can't just wake up tomorrow and decide to do something new. A wolf pack is flexible, but they can only cooperate in small, tight-knit groups. We can do both. We can build a city or fly to the moon by cooperating with millions of people we've never even met. Now, this superpower was only possible because of our advanced language and our ability to think in the abstract. For the first time ever, information wasn't just passed down through slow-moving genetics. We could share complex ideas, learn from the mistakes of our elders, and then build on that past knowledge to create something entirely new. Knowledge finally started to compound. Now, here's a thought that might actually surprise you. While we as a society know infinitely more today, if you took an individual from back then and one from today, our hunter-gatherer ancestors were likely far more capable. I mean, they had to be. Their brains were on average slightly larger, they had these detailed mental maps of huge territories, and physical and sensory skills we can barely even imagine today. They were true survival specialists. So for about 40,000 years, we were these incredibly intelligent hunter-gatherers. Then, about 12,000 years ago, everything changed. Again, we invented agriculture, and the world would just never be the same. See, agriculture kicked off this incredible chain reaction. For the very first time, we had a predictable food surplus. This meant not everyone had to spend all their time hunting or gathering. Some people could become toolmakers or builders or soldiers or priests. And this specialization led to villages, which grew into cities, which became kingdoms. Progress suddenly slammed on the accelerator. That exponential progress just kept on going, but it went into absolute hyperdrive with 2 more recent revolutions. First, the scientific revolution gave us a powerful method for actually understanding the universe. Then, the Industrial Revolution took that knowledge and gave us the power to reshape the world with machines. Together, these two laid the final foundations for our modern age. So, after all that, after millions of years of just surviving and thousands of years of building civilizations, let's put our moment in time into its proper, really mind-bending context. Prepare yourself for a little temporal whiplash. Let's start here.
Since Homo sapiens, with our modern bodies, first walked the Earth, about 7,500 generations have passed. Now, that sounds like a lot, but just watch what happens next.
Okay, now let's just look at the time since we started farming and building cities and all that. All of a sudden, we're down to just 500 generations. The vast majority of our time on this planet was spent as hunter-gatherers. And what about the scientific revolution? The very method that underpins our entire modern world. That started just 20 generations ago. 20! We're getting into ridiculously recent history now. And finally, this. The internet, the technology that defines our entire era, the thing you are likely using to watch this right now, has been widely available for roughly one single generation. What all this means is that your entire way of life, this world that feels so normal and so permanent, has existed for a fraction of a blink of an eye in the grand story of humanity. And that leaves us with a really profound question. We have built an unbelievably complex global civilization at absolutely breathtaking speed. But how stable is it? We are the architects of this massive skyscraper, standing on foundations we've only just begun to understand. Are we on solid rock, or are we building this whole thing on quicksand?